Hi everybody, this is my review of chapters 33 to 40 of Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. I apologise if there's very loud noises throughout this, but we're currently in the middle of a very big thunderstorm, so if you suddenly see flashes coming off randomly from the side of the camera or you hear loud thunder, that's what it is. So chapter 33, Anna's birthday. It's Anna's birthday and Anna gets Girl Scout cookies for her birthday, because apparently in America, we don't really do this in the UK, so I don't really know much about the Girl Scout cookie thing, but apparently it's quite big around when Anna's birthday was, and instead of a cake she would get Girl Scout cookies, and everybody at the school was really excited by this. And she shares them with everybody, including her arch enemy, Amanda, which her friends can't quite understand, but it shows what a nice girl she is in that she does still share with her. Etienne gives her a left-handed notebook for her reviews, which was like totally sweet. I absolutely adored that bit. It just shows how he is really thoughtful in that he gets her things that are not just a stuffed teddy, that kind of thing. He actually puts a lot of thought into what he gets her. And he agrees to take Anna drinking for the first time, because in Europe you can drink from age of 18, whereas I think in the States it's 21 that you can only drink from. So she legally could now drink, so they agreed to take her out for the night to go drinking. And Anna gets dressed up for the first time and actually wears a dress for the first time. And Etienne can't take his eyes off her legs. He just thinks she's absolutely gorgeous, and even the girls are like, why has she been hiding those legs away? Chapter 34, Anna doesn't like drinking at first, but the more she has and the drunker she gets, the more she likes it. The taste gets nicer as she goes along, but you can tell straight away that she's had a little bit too much. And she gets really jealous of Meredith, which obviously in day-to-day she would not get jealous of her. But because of the drink influencing her, she gets very, very drunk and has a go at Etienne, and who's in the middle of a conversation with Meredith, and drags him away to dance, which upsets Meredith a bit. And they dirty dance on the dance floor of the club. And basically, her friends say she practically was having sex with him. She was that sort of hands-on, and he was obviously doing it back. But they were quite shocked by what they saw. And to make matters worse, a friend of Ellie's, who is St Clair's girlfriend, friend of Ellie's, was actually there and saw the whole thing. So she runs off to tell. She has an argument with St Clair, and then she's going to go home and tell her. And basically he then argues with Anna outside because he says he isn't ready for the breakup, and he makes a comment about he doesn't want to be alone, and Anna gets really upset and says he wasn't actually alone because she was there, she was being his friend, which you can completely understand Anna's side of things, because that is just really it's unfair, because he is, to a point, he is just dragging her along. Chapter 35, Anna is hungover and she's feeling very, very bad, which after the amount it appears she's drunk, I don't blame her. Rajmi, I think that's how you pronounce it, looks after her, and that really surprises Anna, because Rajmi is not one that she's actually spent much time with, because she's always with Josh and things like that, so she's never actually, and she almost thought that she didn't like her that much, so the fact that she's the one looking after her does surprise Anna. And basically they start having a conversation that they've never had before, and they've never spoken that closely before. But she realises that when she's had all these queries about St Clair and how he feels, she could have gone to Rajmi the whole time, because Rajmi is dating Josh, who is Etienne's best friend, and Etienne would quite easily, he tells him things, who then tells Rajmi. And also Rajmi was Ellie's best friend, so she was feeling very alone for female company herself anyway, and having that girlfriend relationship. So between them they could have actually made a good friendship. I think thunder's going to come any second now. Yep. So basically they talk over breakfast, and Etienne comes in, and Rajmi makes a swift exit to allow them to talk. And they do start talking a little bit, but not like they did at Thanksgiving. And basically St Clair arrives at breakfast, and it becomes very tense very quickly. And Anna is about to walk off, and Dave interrupts. And basically Anna agrees to go, more to spite Etienne, she agrees to go and meet up with him at a later date. But not really for any romantic interests. It's just she's thinking, well, he's got Ellie, so why can't I meet someone else and talk to somebody? Chapter 36, a few weeks have gone by now, and Anna is kind of making friends with Dave, not exactly dating at this point, nothing's really happened, but they do have a friendship starting, and her friend, and as that is starting, her friendship with St Clair is just a complete mess. And Dave is not a very good influence on Anna, as we see in this chapter, because he actually gets her kicked out of her class for cheating during a test. And to make matters worse, while they were outside the class, St Clair walks up and sees them both kissing, which obviously doesn't go down well. So in chapter 37, Anna gets an email from Bridget, who is still trying to apologise for, if you remember, at Christmas, Anna found out in an absolutely terrible way that she was dating Anna's love, Toph. And so she's still trying to apologise, but the way this email comes, it sounds like it's the last one she's going to write, and after that the ball is completely in Anna's court, and if she doesn't want to be friends, that's fine with Bridget. So it does upset Anna, and she does start to cry, which worries everybody. But then Dave comes in with all his friends, thinking it was the funniest thing ever to steal and move tables from a cafe or something like that. Very childish, and really just not the kind of person that you'd want Anna with. Etienne is a much more nicer person and seems much more likeable. So Anna does go to hang out with Dave and his friends, again a bit more to spite Etienne, because she was angry with him. And basically his room is filthy and smelly. It has posters of girls' cleavage all over. I think another bit of thunder might be coming. And so it just wasn't nice, and the final straw happens when one of Dave's friends wheezes in the shower, which is just gross on any level, but I mean, when there's other people there, that's even worse. But Dave's like, they always do, and I can completely understand why she got out of there. She could have caught something. I mean, seriously, that is just gross. So she meets St Clair on the way down, because she realises she's forgotten the key to her own room. And she meets him coming down the stairs, and he gets really protective because he thinks that she's been hurt because she's crying again. And he gets really protective, and he's ready to go up and sort of hit Dave. But she's like, no, it isn't. It's nothing like that. And basically they start to talk for the first time, and he says, you've cried twice. It's the second time tonight I've seen you crying. What's wrong? And he basically managed to get out of her that she wishes she could be there for prom. Her dad didn't think that, because I think in America you all build up to the final year and the prom and things like that. We don't do proms here, so I don't really know how it works, but it sounds like it's like a really big sort of coming of age sort of rites of passage type thing. And she was very, very upset that she wasn't going to be there. And St Clair does his really nice part and manages to actually make her feel better, saying it's going to be the worst night, all this hype and everything will go wrong and things like that. So he does a really good job of making her feel better. And they just talk basically for the first time in ages. And for the first time in a long time, Anna calls St Clair Etienne, which everybody calls him by his surname instead, but Anna used to call him Etienne, and he liked that. And this is the first time in a long time, since they started fighting really, that she's called him Etienne, and he reacts to that and he likes that. Chapter 38, St Clair finds out that his mum is free from cancer, which is absolutely fantastic. It's what we were all waiting for and hoping for. And basically he is able to finally relax. And during this chapter they're at the park waiting for Meredith to finish a football match. I think you call it soccer. And they start to kiss. Romance of Paris gets to their heads and they start to kiss, and everything is going perfect. Anna's in heaven until Meredith walks up and catches them at it. So she runs off in chapter 39 and is really upset, and St Clair runs after her. Later that day Anna tries to apologise to her, but basically she tells her that Etienne ran after her, and said he wasn't interested, and then went off to see Ellie. Now I think at this point, I think it's how Meredith is wording it. I think maybe she means he wasn't interested in her, as in Meredith, and not that he wasn't interested in Anna. But obviously Anna has taken it that Edion is not interested in Anna herself, and basically it was just a bit of fun, a bit of a joke for him. So Anna has a fight with Amanda following this, because she went rushing to the toilet and was going to be sick, and Amanda calls her bulimic, and then she calls Meredith a name, which I won't repeat because it was just awful. And I completely agreed with Anna's view on not repeating the word at all. So basically they have a fight, quite a fist fight in all sense and purposes. It was a very bad fight, and end up at the principal's office. So in chapter 40, Anna is given 2 weeks of detention for her fight, while Amanda only gets 2 weeks, with 2 days or something, a weekend, which is ridiculous. And Dave and Mike immediately start treating her badly, which just shows what kind of characters they are. They're just nasty, immature boys. And Etienne comes to her door when she's just got back from the principal's office. Obviously she's upset, she's just had a fight, she's probably not looking well, she's got a scratch down her face, and he says he wants to talk, but she doesn't give him the chance. She jumps down his throat. It starts an argument, and she slams the door in his face. So we don't actually know what he wanted to talk to her about, but hopefully in the next chapter we will find that out. Amanda's doing the next chapters tomorrow, and that will take us right to the end of the book. Then we will be voting for our new book club book, and after that we will be doing a video for the final winners of the competition, the Harry Potter posters and the 2 signed books. So we look forward to doing that in the next few days. So I hope you're enjoying the book so far. It's absolutely fantastic. Obviously we've lost a lot of members from the group, so it's only Amanda and I, so we're still going through the teething troubles and things like that. I've had computer trouble this week, which has just been insane. So hopefully it will be fair sailing from now on. Fine, absolutely great. So I'm glad you're still watching along, and I hope you're enjoying the book. Bye.